Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone Zero, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. Starting off with things happening within the game, since we are nearing the end of the current patch cycle, it is a relatively quiet week with simple events like the rerun of the Arcade Soul Hounds event, which you can easily complete in about half an hour, as well as visiting Shal once a day to help out with the 1-for-1 convenience store expansion. And from the looks of this, it looks like you just have to go and speak to each of the different store owners once a day to get your free rewards. Nice and easy. But it is also nearly the end of the month, which means monthly resets are happening. So if you haven't already, be sure to go and buy out everything you need from the various monthly shops. So that is Scott Outpost, specifically the tapes as well as the Notorious Hunt reward chests, and anything from the Signal shop. So that is the discounted rolls and the Anby or Ben copies if for whatever reason you want those. And also the other thing that will be resetting at the end of the month is the Shiyu Defense critical stages. So try your best to clear out the current stages for the rewards and get ready for the next stage buff after the reset, which is going to be, as always, on the 1st of the month. The next buff will be an agent damage increase of 25% for just nothing if all agents get that, unconditionally. But what's more is that after inflicting a burn or a shock anomaly, the attack of your agents will increase by 20% for 15 seconds. And if the enemy is not currently stunned when you trigger the burn or the shock, they also take 20% days build up to help you stun them faster. Otherwise though, like I said, nothing too serious happening in game, so use your time wisely now, and if you are planning on getting Yanagi, I would highly recommend starting to pre-farm her now. We know that patch 1.3 won't be introducing any new Notorious Hunts or expert challenges, so everything that you need to farm for Yanagi is currently in game right now. Of course, for upgrading Yanagi to max level, the general rule of thumb is that you need about 800,000 Dennies, 4 of the green certification seals, 32 of the blue certification seals, and 30 of the purple certification seals, and a lot of character XP. To go alongside that for her talents obviously will be the electric skill chips, since she is an electric anomaly character, and for her upgrade materials that is going to be the Living Drive Notorious Hunt reward and the higher dimensional data Destructive Advance purple expert challenge material. Next up though, let's move over to the social media side of things, of which there are a lot, especially with it being the spookiest time of the year. Happy Halloween, by the way. I don't know how many of you went trick-or-treating, but Zenless Zone Zero is definitely giving us some treats this Halloween. First, how about a round of drinks with Bernice, or Bernice? Leave a comment on the tweet linked in the description with what you would like to drink, as well as your in-game user ID for a chance to win some polychromes. Do note though that this event is going to be ending later today, so be sure to act fast. Think of it as like last call or happy hour. Get your orders in quickly. After that though, we have another set of free stickers, this time featuring a wide array of bang boos, as opposed to characters, which I kinda like. My favorite has got to be the bag boo running with the axes, but I'd love to know which sticker is your favorite. Let me know in the comments down below, since I think it says a lot about a person based on what bang boo emote or what bang boo sticker they like. On the topic of bang boos though, I don't think pumpkins exist in New Eridu, so instead of pumpkin carving, we do have a design your own Halloween bang boo contest instead. So you've got about a week until the 6th of November to try and make your best looking bang boo for a chance to win up to 5,000 polychromes, as well as some bang boo merch like a phone stand or a bang boo rug. But if you aren't into designing bang boos, how about photography? In the Make Your Own Halloween Photo Wall event, you can submit a collage of some of your favorite memories from within the game to stand a chance to win some polychromes here too. This event also runs until the 6th of November. And if even that isn't your thing, how about memes? We can all get behind that, right? Well, in this 4-panel comic here, we see Belle and Weiss get stunned to see something coming at their door during trick-or-treating. And it is up to you to use this template and fill in that 3rd panel with whatever you want. And then post the resulting comic with the hashtags ZenlessZone0 and Spooky Scene. Now take note that this is not a competition of a regular kind, this is a lucky draw event, so you have an equal chance to win no matter what you submit. And participating could win you polychromes or a set of clear file folders. Now then, onto some of the other events. It's not as spooky, but it is still exciting, arguably more exciting because of the rewards. But with the 1.3 livestream teaser out of the way, which, by the way, if you missed it, I do have a rundown of everything that happened in the 1.3 livestream that you can check out as a video after this. But there is a lucky draw event where following the official Zenless Zone Zero account on Twitter or X and liking and reposting the linked trailer video gives you a chance to win a PlayStation 5, Amazon gift cards worth $50, or a character badge. badge. And lastly, ending off on, quite literally, a banger, a 1-hour Zenless Zone Zero DJ live set was released for free for all major music streaming platforms. So feel free to give that a listen if you ever feel like jamming out to something nice. But now over to everyone's favorite, the speculation zone. And with everything being shown off in the 1.3 live stream, there is actually not that much to speculate about for the upcoming patch. However, we do know that Yanagi will be the first banner, which will be dropping on the 6th of November. Speaking of, by the way, that banner will also be featuring as the A-ranks Anby and Billy. I know, I can barely contain my excitement either. But to be fair though, anything would have looked like a major downgrade when we just had a Lucy and Nicole banner running now with Bernice. But though, if you were curious to know more about Yanagi's kit beyond what was shown off in the 1.3 livestream, since after all, that was more of just a very brief overview and a glimpse of what she can do, good news! You can expect to see creator server videos with full details on her and her kit around about a week before her banner does drop. But more importantly though than that, is that once again, if we go by looking at past practices, even though the Yanagi and Lighter hype is at an all-time high, we have seen time and time again that the devs love to start drip marketing the next patch's characters right before the upcoming one even begins. So, it is very likely that later this week, the official accounts will release some videos teasing the 1.4 characters that will be featured in that patch. And I don't think that it'd be wild to say that Miyabi and Harumasa will probably be the next characters in 1.4, rounding out the Section 6 team. Especially considering that the story is going to touch on Section 6 partly with the special story now in patch 1.3, and in the live stream, in terms of lore, they did mention that Section 6 will end up getting involved in the whole Perlman lockbox case that Phaethon have been involved in since the start. Now, the interesting thing though will be who is shown first, as that will also tell us which banner will be first in patch 1.4. The first banner for patch 1.4 will likely be around the 18th of December, with the second being on the 8th of January. So this gives everyone plenty of time to plan their roles and whatnot. In my mind, I think Miyabi would probably be first, mainly because, I mean, she's the leader of Section 6, so she is probably the good headliner for the patch. And from what we've seen in 1.2 and 1.3, it always looks like the second half of the patch, or the second banner, normally has the agent that is sort of like relegated to the side story or the agent story as opposed to like a main focal point. Think about how Bernice had her agent story and Lighter is having an agent story as well in 1.3. So Harumasa will probably be in the second half of the 1.4 patch with just a dedicated side story. Also, Miyabi running over Christmas means more money because that's when everyone gets all their Christmas money and gifts and stuff like that. It just makes sense, right? Otherwise though, that is going to be it for this week's news roundup of Zenless Zone Zero. As always, if you found this useful, liking, commenting and subscribing is greatly appreciated. So until next time, bye bye!